want to talk about the illusion of time. Time, excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. I want to talk about the illusion of time and why it is a thing in the first place. In a world where God is all is one, time is within that space, that condensation of God, power. And it is then used to emit. Time is an emission, E-M-I-T. It's a math, it's an equation, it's measurements in balance and equilibrium so that we can have an experience. If all is all, let's say a bowl is representative of the all and the batter in the bowl is all the ingredients that is going to go in the cake called earth, then that which we call good or bad or indifferent, it's all in there to fulfill the recipe or the receipt. And so God would not create something without having full knowledge of its creation. The beauty is to believe that we could possibly fail. That's where the adrenal glands, the man-like processes come from. The angle by which we view things is in part until we take a more aerial view and be willing to circle the globe, the circumference of all things. We lose judgment. We lose direction. It sounds more like chaos, but there is the light of understanding of the big, the whole, the bang, the bomb. And so before the scripts, before time is given a space to operate, we have the infinite outside of the eight, outside of the 8-ball. The solids and the stripes, the evens and the odds, the cue ball, in the game of loop, the game of pool. And so we pull from destiny's chance. We play the game of blindfold. And we call that ignorance, as if we cannot predict through practice and pattern what our future holds. And so when you become wholeness and not just the part and parcel, not just the package, but the contents, you are the content, you are the influencer, you are that which is the vessel and the water. Water, fire, air, gas, earth, all elements of the all expressed in different ways, and time is no different. But there is scripture that says time would be no more. That basically means the end of time, where we call me it, where we tie them up, the loose ends, in recognizing that God is one and one is God, and the at-one-ment reconciles all things with time, in time. The past has a stamp called the past. Those who talk about the past are pastors. Then we have the presenters, the presentors, those that present in today's 2023 format for Matthew, for Mark. The Gospels are still here, the good news. We are still on commission. And so my daughter said that definition of I'm gonna get it, submission sounded 1940s, and she was using something arbitrarily, but that's probably around the time of the birth of the salesman, the slick salesman, the snake. And it says, if you don't not just work, but if you don't make a sale, you do not eat. And I told her that outside of acting or playing sports, and again, having to make the professionals and the cut for the upper crust, but outside of that, sales positions are still the most lucrative and infinitely powerful. How far you can go. Said your income is not capped. There is no captain, there is no controller, only you as the salesperson. So you have to convince the person, the people, the family, the individual, the woman, the man, that they need your product or service, and it was their idea. And even telling that information doesn't stop it from being a necessary part of the process. It's like hypnotism. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do, but you just sit there and expect me to tell you. You may think it has no effect. Clearly it does. We all have things that we can chime in on through our favorite monitor called the television, or the silver screen. But the silver screen leaves room for other screens, the gold, the platinum, the double platinum, the diamond, so many more screens. And so that is my plate to you. Don't end with the silver. Go for the gold, go for the double gold, go for the platinum. And use time to have an experience. It gives us a sense of urgency so that we are not stuck in infinity without purpose. And so time has her place, his place, their place. It is for us to use as we choose. There is such a thing as redeeming the time. We can brief things up. Or once we wake up out of this dream, this illusion, this storyline, many of us believe it'll be an aha moment of united consciousness, where everybody's on the same page about the cosmic joy or joke or experience. But whether we wake up as individuals on our own time clock, or whether we all get a big aha moment together, I claim my spot among those that are in the know of my sovereignty, of my power, of my humor, of my gold, of my standards, of my core, of my stitch in time, my story as Valerie, as a person, as a mother, as a cousin, a sister, a brother, as an auntie, an uncle, all genders, a lot of in between, just being. We don't differentiate between the negative and the positive side of the battery. After we have aligned, we're looking for power. That initial negative and positive was to align good from bad, right from left, right from wrong. There is some things called wrong. Let us not get that twisted. Let us not be hypocrites to say that there is not a thing called right and wrong. Otherwise, why do we have the justice system if everyone knows what they are doing? No, this war was started. We can end it. But it takes us being honest, honing in on our own prejudices, our own prejudgments of good and bad and right and wrong, cancer, and sick and disease and cutting and nugging and kniving and gunning. We've got to decide on if it is evil or not to take a life, to save a life, to preserve a life, to prolong a life. Who gives us these powers? And why do the paper have more power than the people? When can we get back to our word, acknowledging that our word is our bond? It's not that it is not. It is that we acknowledge it very little. We're stuck to our word, and that's why I'm here talking right now. Because I have a charge to keep. I have a debt to pay. To God be the glory. And everything that you might call God. God is good. God is great. To give us this idea of earth, to know that we would go through dark days and light days and heavy days and all kinds of days. Women have seen it all. The blood and the menses, the womb, the woman, it encompasses all other values. All other values. The X and the Y, it's both in her. We are that miracle worker. It's up to us to take control of all the access, the axes. If we say that God is a woman, if we say that God is a black woman, we should be front line and centered. We've already proven it in our womb. Let's prove it now in our mind, in our processing units, collectively and individually. Same woman, different cloth, different sunburst, different moon glow. We are not one or the other. We are both. The sun that shines in the day, the moon that glows at night. They are both balls of fire and light. Not to be split. But that is the eclipse. That is the darkness. That is the secret. male and female, and them being me, the method, the song of every man, of every woman, to bear a part and the whole. For the women, that special gift truly does pay off. It should be time apart from the rest of the world, not because you are ill or diseased, but it is a time for reflection and honor for what did and did not happen. That time of the month has a name. It is your moon, it is your menses, it is your power to shed blood and resurrect the keys of death, hell, and the grave, right there in your womb. It's either a womb or a tomb, and you get to decide. That goes for the furniture as well as the prize. We do the great reveal. We are the great reveal. We cover what was what was discovered. And we properly cover it again. Our secrets. Victoria's secrets. Valerie's secrets. And the rest of the V's, the Vanessas, the Vivicas, the Valencias. That which is sacred among women. The men have their balls. It is time for us to have our dance and our balls. It is time for us to integrate and marry ourselves as whole women, whether we have children or not, whether we have men or not. We have God. We have Eve, the evening, when the blood stops, when the fountains have finished flowing. It is our evening, our sun setting. And if we are still with life and vigor, we dance, we sing, we do the hair of the younger children, daughters, princesses. But this is time for the wedding feast. We're lining up as the brides of Christ. And whether there is a physical man or many men that come down from the sky, in the imagination of the knight in shining armor, we deserve to dream. Tall, dark, and handsome, and rich, and can sing and can cook. Oh, he's multifaceted. He is the diamond. He deserves to shine as well. That's the guy that I have for me in my mind. Perfect in every way. The right age, the right shade. Taken from Robin Thicke. Perfect shape, perfect weight. Treat me like my birthday. I want it this way. I want it that way. Read my heart. Some things are better left unsaid. But girls, ladies, princesses, queens, empresses, you get the idea. Make him yours. He might be country bumpkin. He might be an intelligent white-collar worker. Maybe a intelligent blue-collar worker. But he's yours to have and to hold. He's your King Kong or your Ken doll. Nobody else gets to determine What is right for your garden? The one that guards your ways. Right now, I'm free to help those find garden and gardener, farmer and pastures. Just by coming together with a conversation like this, thumb it up, pass it on. We have all the time we need to get together and dissipate the illusions that there's not enough time to find each other. There's not enough time to dance. This is our ball. This is our time. The dress, the crown, the corset, the scepter. Don't forget the scepter. The shoes. The whole 10 this time. The veil. 13, even whatever your number. Do not limit it to someone else's story. Help me create mine. I don't want to go to the ball alone. I have a beautiful daughter to help attend. I have beautiful friends. Everyone is beautiful in their own way. Everyone is invited to come and play Cinderella's Revenge. I am the goody two-shoes. I left with both of my shoes and my crown. And I am Little Miss Perfect in God's eye. I'm not the apple because I don't want him taking a bite out of me. But I am his daughter. I am his princess, his queen to be, given an earthly marriage to love this planet and the ability to have an imagination, to understand gravity and the power and the privilege and the ability to let it go. Get past the helium, get past the laughing gas, and get to the water, get to the hydrogen, get to the gas, the ethers, the ether real. Either are real. We're down here, we're up here, we're over here, we're real, we're live. And if we look at someone in the mirror, then one of us become evil. Others become vile. It's up to us if we are the antidote to what ails us all. The right to be free. The right to be rich. The right to bear arms. The right to put the arms down, to cease fire, to have a better way of solving our challenges, our disagreements about what belongs to what. Start with one person per body, one purse, one sack, one bag, one cloth, purse on. We carry our wealth in this earthen vessel, unable to be robbed by man. But they are our eggs, they are our thoughts, they are our secrets. And I'm here to help us unlock our greatest secrets, the ones we want to tell, and those that we don't. May we continue to have the lock and the key to our own heart. And that's from me to you, heart to heart, soul to soul, darkness to darkness, and light to light. Take care.